Welcome to round 3 of the Parenting Roundabout podcast for the week of October 26th. I'm Nicole Erdix, and I'm here with Terry Morrow.
Hello.
And Catherine Haleko.
Hello.
We're moms of teens and young adults, and when it comes to parenting, we've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. But we're still waiting for that day when we'll reach the finish line and have no further need to lay down in a dark room with a wet rag over our eyes worrying about something or other. Wednesday is complaint day here on Parenting Roundabout, and today we are complaining about the invisible burden of motherhood, COVID edition. So in the past, we've talked about kind of all the behind the scenes work that mothers end up doing inadvertently.
Mm-hmm.
That, are a little bit extra work, but we just do it. And
Thanklessly,
yes, such as what? Such as
possibly whiningly.
Everything.
We'll
link to it. The topic was the default parent, I believe, when we last talked about this.
Right. The Backstage Parent. Yeah. And so I came across this post on Scary Mummy that was a little infographic on the extra work that mums are having to do in this time of COVID, because now we've all got more people in our home. We've got kids who are distance learning. We've got, some family members might be unemployed and home a little bit more. So there's just a lot of changes in our lives, and as usual, somehow us moms are picking up some of that slack, kind of putting in some extra time, some overtime with our mothering. And so of course some of the ways that they had brought up that we're picking up that slack is we're doing more disinfecting, we're not getting a break, we're constantly adapting to different things. We're helping with distance learning. And so I thought we could add a few more to that. For example, in my house, now I have to take on the added responsibility of making sure my teen wakes up before noon to attend her classes. I didn't have to do that before.
When she was off at college, it was on her, right?
Yes. Now it's like, it's 11:30. Is she getting out of bed? Is she going to get to class? What is going on? And I'm sure both of you have something that you could probably add to this as well.
Yeah, I'm on wake up detail because now the distance learning has switched to mandatory Zoom meeting starting at 8 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
As a means of taking attendance.
Yeah.
So basically, you got to show up. You got to log on and be present at that time. So although we're not actually driving to school, we are making, I do have to make sure that the child is somewhat presentable for Zoom. The principal had to put in his instructional video, as you know how much I love those. Add that to the list, watching videos from the principal. Please don't go to your Zoom meeting from bed. Please sit in a chair.
But can you be wearing your pajamas, as we discussed a while back?
Yeah, he didn't put...
He didn't address that?
He didn't really put dress code in there, but he did say, it's good to have a routine, get up, take a shower, eat something, which sometimes we get that here. Sometimes the shower gets pushed off until lunch break.
Aww. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, that sounds like my work schedule also, so I can relate.
Yeah, to just start when you're in your pajamas and haven't showered, and
There's something to be said for that. But yes, I think for class it makes sense to say, if you're going to be in bed, at least, do like they do for Zoom things where they put fake backgrounds,
Right.
Put something behind you that looks like you're in a chair or something.
Mm-hmm.
Comb your hair and you'll be good.
Right. you know, the food procurement and provisioning, you know, is a whole new level at this point, you know, both because of the sort of fraughtness of actually either going to the store or ordering it or whatever. And then the fact that, you know, everyone's home all the time and there's just, you know, everyone's eating. So you run out, like you have to learn like a new way to, you know, provision to shop, really. And, it's not last minute, and like you need more, and what do you need more of? And, you know, what if one person wants one thing, but another person doesn't want that to be in the house?
Yeah, we have that.
You know, and that's tricky because everyone's here.
And then that, of course, leads to controlling the type of food that is in the house, because for some reason it was like, oh, we're all home. This is a free for all. You know, we're gonna cook. We're gonna drink. We're gonna dance to TikTok songs. We're gonna.
You're having a much better time in your house than we are, Nicole.
Yeah, your quarantine sounds fun
for 5 minutes. But you know, I mean, all of a sudden we had extra junk food in our house, and it was like, why?
Oh yeah.
So there was then you know, so now I'm policing the junk food. So
and that's always fun.
Yeah,
especially when you want some of it, and then like, are you being? Can you have some without being a hypocrite?
Exactly.
Well, you're having it so that someone else doesn't.
It's doing a service. Yourself.
Yes. You're throwing yourself on the crackers. It's a noble gesture.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for us, my husband was actually working at home prior to the pandemic, but, you know, of course now he is like 24/7. And, you know, I think when he was working in an office and I was at home, you know, that meant that if we needed a repair done, or, you know, the dogs had to go to the vet or something, that was always on me because I didn't have to be at a workplace at a certain time. And so now I believe that I should maybe not have to always do that stuff.
Indeed.
So, you know, and it's that whole like resistance to actually making phone calls. Like, you know, we need to call the plumber, or we need to call the vet, or whatever. Like, who's this we we're talking about? It's either going to be you or it's going to be me. Which one?
Yeah.
Which one is it? So
I have been trying to pass on those sorts of annoying chores to the person in my house who is, well, especially when my husband was laid off. Now he's back at work, so I feel a little guilty about it, but I still do it. But, because, you know, it should be shared amongst the adults. Unpleasant tasks like making phone calls and doing paperwork and, you know, filling out things online. And a lot of it is his stuff, which I've been doing, but he could do it now. I've had kind of mixed success. You know, he will do it, and when he does it well. But it requires a certain degree of reminding that perhaps rises to the level of nagging and possibly even to the level of hysteria on my bad days. And at some point, he is very, very capable of waiting things out. He's a mellow dude, you know. If he doesn't want to do it, he's just going to keep not doing it until I say, fine, I'll do it.
In our household, it's often been the other way around. I bide my time.
Oh, teach me your ways, Catherine. I really need to learn them.
Because if it's just something I really do not want to do, I try putting it off and see. And eventually, sometimes I get, well, do you just want me to call? I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead.
Wow. No, I'm too high strung for that. I need to take it on.
Yeah.
I mean, usually I am.
Man, if it's not done within 5 minutes of me asking or reminding, I take it on.
And you know, another burden that has, I feel, been placed on my shoulders is like attention and like certain creatures in this house need constant like affirmation and attention.
Mm-hmm.
And
are we talking four-legged creatures, or are we?
Well, I'm deliberately being vague. Like I just don't have time for that all day,
Right.
every day. Like, thank you for doing that thing, but I don't think you need to be lavished with praise and attention for the rest of the day because of it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, there are many things that I will get up in arms about and, you know, decide to take over just because nobody else is doing it. One thing, though, that I am very, very lax on is, alas, something that is totally within the mom's realm of responsibility in these COVID times, which is being the Ministry of Hygiene. I am not good at that. I really don't care if my kids wash their hands. and I know I have to, and I should be following my son into the bathroom and making sure that soap is engaged and that the water is hot, and I don't.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I care. I have a capacity to care about 10 things. I'm caring about 15.
Right.
That one, just, I'm sorry, we're going to pass. And I know my husband is a little more COVID aware than I am, but he also does not wish to take on that job. So consequently, I got so far as buying the alcohol hand sanitizers and placing them about the house. Does anybody use them? No. I just abstained from that. You know what? I stepped down from my position, and both my kids have a good Russian orphanage immune system. So they're cool. They're good.
Well, it's not a burden to us, but we will keep podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
But that's it for today's round 3. Tune in tomorrow when we'll obsess about Halloween, and then on Friday to see what we've come up with for our Roundup picks this week. Find all our episodes at parentingroundabout.com and talk back in the comments there, on our Facebook page, or on Twitter, where you'll find us at Roundabout Chat.